This is the Simpit. I'm your host, Sean Cole, and today we are here for Week 7 in the iRacing Global Mazda MX5 Cup Series. Unfortunately, I did miss the last 2 weeks of racing. 2 weeks ago, I was out of town on vacation, missed that week. Then last week, I was actually sick and wasn't able to race and missed a whole other week. So that's 2 race weeks that I missed the points in entirely. Now with drops, I will be okay. By the end of the season, when the drops come into play, it will all average out. But for now, I'm going to be down on the points and I'm going to be wondering where I really stand in the overall standings until those drops occur. But it'll all play out in the end. Now this week, I am back to my full setup of regular equipment, my favorite stuff. My Leo Bodner wheelbase with a Ricmotec Mod 31 upgraded wheel rim and a set of Ricmotec real gear pedals all mounted to my R-Seat RS1 racing chassis. This week's race was at Phoenix International Raceway on the interior road course, or Roval, because it uses half of the oval lap as well. My qualifying effort was not bad, coming in at 108.424, about 3/10 off my personal best. This was good enough for third on the grid, which matched my rank, and I would start the race behind Lachlan McMillan on the pole with a blazing fast 107.830 and Martin Pischinger, who would start in second. And before we get to the race, I do want to mention that once again this week I am using auto clutch, not auto blip. So I'm going to have to match the revs of the engine with a little blip of the throttle on downshifts. Upshifts, I'll just be lifting the throttle for those shifts to occur. But I'm still working on the no driving aids, but that's something I'm still not ready to use in a real race, so that's going to have to wait. So let's go ahead and move on to the race and see how things played out. Oh, way wider than I like to go there. Gotta not slide it through there at all or you'll heat up the tires. Can't be too greedy with the gas pedal there either. Real easy to get wheel spin. You want to be aggressive here, but you can't overshoot it. Gotta be oh so patient. Ah, I missed that one. So important. I'm really too late on that one. You can just hear the rear end breaking loose under acceleration. Oh, locked up the brakes. Come on, Sean. Much better. Come on. Even there, you get a lot of wheel spin. Losing a little time on these guys. Come on, Sean. Stay in it. Now I need them to start battling each other. I'm too far back. I've lost the draft, essentially. Oh, just swinging it a little too much with the throttle there, heating them up.
I forgot where I was on the track. Might have been, yep.
Oh shoot. You can get a slowdown if you overdo that bumper right there. Oh. Ah, not the line. That'll work. Come on. Come on. Not gonna do it. 2/3 the way through the race. Now I've really lost 3 seconds back to them. Oh, not the best line there. .108.8 last time by, so I am bad shift. I've been pretty sloppy with my downshifting actually. Oh, overshot the hell out of that one. Come on, get it together. This thing isn't even going to be a 108. Force feedback strong. Probably. And then I got on the gas just a hair too early, hit that curb. Sloppy lap. All right, now I really need those guys to start hitting each other or something, because now it's 5 seconds to them. Ooh. That wasn't bad for my tire wear. That was pretty decent through there for me. .087 last time by. Hey, this one can be back in the 108s. It was a 108.775 last time by, so I did get back into the 108s. Pretty happy about that, at least. Lucy. 6 seconds up to Martin in second. Lachlan winning the race. Lachlan McMillan 5.7 ahead, or 6.5, I'm sorry. And there we go. 109.0 on the last. I couldn't break a 108. Not bad.
Great job, you did really well.
Not bad. After that race, I felt pretty good. At the beginning of the race, I did my best to stay with those leaders. I stayed with them for the first 5 laps, and I thought I had a chance, and then I started to fall off just a little bit. And about by the midway point of the race, I found myself in no man's land, sitting there running in third, a big gap up to the guys in first and second, and a big gap back to the guys running fourth, fifth, and sixth. So I just sort of cruised home to the end of the race, hoping that the guys up front would get into a big battle that would allow me back into the mix, but they kept things clean, and they ended up finishing with Lachlan winning the race, Martin coming in second, and me finishing about 6 seconds back of them. For me, there's not a lot to analyze on this race. There were no major mistakes by me that I can really focus on and say improve here. My pace overall was pretty good, but not excellent. By the end of the race, I scored 84 points, which isn't the best scoring week of all, and that's due mainly to the low I rating of the room of 1823. However, if there's one thing I can take away from this race, it's that I am learning. The goal at the beginning of the season was to get better, to improve, to find our mistakes, cure them, fix them, and improve our lap times and be a better racer by the end of the season. At the beginning of the season, I was very aware of tire wear. I was struggling with tire wear, overheating the tires, falling back throughout the race, and not being able to back up my qualifying or my personal best lap times. However, throughout the season, I have been aware of that. I've been really focusing on taking it easy on the tires, not pushing them too hard under braking, not pushing them too hard during mid-corner, and especially not too much on the throttle getting out of the corner. And that improvement led to some very consistent lap times in this race. When you look at my lap times, you can see the slow and steady fall off that was happening with tire wear, but there was still a consistency to my lap times, much improved. So I hope you've enjoyed this week's race, and I hope you'll take the time to tune in to our other episode that goes along with it on what am I doing wrong, or what can we do to be faster. And in this week's episode of what can we do to be faster, we are looking at temperature. Temperature plays a vital role in racing. It'll affect your handling, it'll affect your engine's performance, and it'll affect your tire wear and your overall lap times, and it is a critical factor of racing, and it can lead to a lot of frustration. So hopefully that piece will help you learn some of the things that I've learned throughout this season. Until then, we will see you next week at Okayama for Race 8 of the Global Mazda MX5 Cup Series. Until then, this is the Simpit. I'm Sean Cole, and I'll see you on the track.